Hello and welcome. This is Yoga with Maria. I'm Maria, and today we've got a video that's part of our little beginner series, and the video is called WTF is Breath of Fire. So if you're wondering what breath of fire is, or you've maybe experienced it in a group yoga class, it can be a little abnormal. As the name suggests, it's a breathing exercise in yoga, but it's not one of the breathing exercises that's calming and chill, so that it makes it a little harder to have a moment to yourself whenever the group of people around you is doing it. It's a little bit more rigorous of a practice. So I got you, don't worry, we're gonna talk about what it is, I'm gonna show you what it looks like and how it works, and then we're gonna practice it together. So you don't need any fancy yoga clothes or a mat or really anything. Just make sure that you are able to sit up tall, either in a chair or on top of like a thick book or a yoga block. And let's get started. So breath of fire, again, the name suggests, it's a breathing exercise. And the action in breath of fire is just a short, quick exhale. So the way that I'm going to describe this is a little bit silly, but come with me. Imagine you're playing a game. Again, don't know who plays this game or like where this game came from, but the game involves no access to your hands, as if they were tied behind your back, and you have a little something like stuck on your nose. Maybe it's a booger. Again, don't know where this game is really coming from. There's something stuck on your nose, and you have to get it off without using your hands or wiping your face on anything. You would the way that you would do that is you would close the mouth and you would take quick, short exhales through the nose, like this, to try to get whatever is hanging off your nose to release. That is the basics of breath of fire. Short, quick exhale for about a minute. I'm going to show you just really quickly what it looks like, and this might be familiar in a class setting. We're going to practice it together so that you're able to do this on your own as well. Usually you'll be sitting down for this, and because we want space in the lungs, we'll take the arms up and overhead. And sometimes you'll do a mudra with the hands. Today we're not going to go into that, and I'm just going to keep it simple and just take the hands upward towards the sky. We'll breathe in and out, and then I'll inhale halfway and begin. So as you can see, not like a super chill breathing exercise. It's a little, if you're in like a group of people doing this, it might catch you off guard. So I want to show you a little bit even closer. That's generally kind of what it looks like. We'll break that down even further. But I do want to also show you what's happening further in the body. So take a look at my abdomen or belly. I hope you can see this okay. And I'm going to start doing the breathing once again. And I want you to see how my belly pulls in, in, in. So I'll take a few regular breaths. Keep a little bend in the knees, breathe in. And then I'll breathe in halfway and begin. So you can see that I'm breathing in, my belly's pulling in and up. And what happens in this breath is that our inhale becomes involuntary. So we focus on just the exhale, out, 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 and the inhale naturally happens. The reason we do this breath, I think this is important to talk about. So breath of fire in yoga language, called Sanskrit, if you're familiar, it's kind of like an ancient yoga language, is the Sanskrit word for breath of fire is Kapalabhati. And Kapalabhati translates to skull shining or skull illuminating. And the reason it's called that is that this breath is meant to, in a pretty short amount of time, clear the mind and detoxify the body. So literally like shining our skull. And by that, skull is kind of like translated to our head, and in yoga it means like clearing the thoughts of the mind. So this is a quick way to bring ourselves back to focus. And you can tell too, because it's like a little bit more of a rigorous practice, it's also very heating, so it'll get heat going in the body. It's also good for digestion, and it even helps us like clarify the brain and creates clarity for new brain connections to happen. Just like anything with yoga, there's like 500, like a ton of benefits for just one practice. So we can feel good about all of those things. Let's try to practice this together. So your turn, find your seat. We're going to do shorter little sessions. Usually in a class setting, you might do this for about a minute. We'll go for about 30 seconds, and I'll cue you into this. So sit up tall, take the arms up and overhead. Just take the hands into the V, and then the pinkies kind of turn them up so that the hands are lifted up towards the ceiling. Just like a wide V here. Wiggle the sides of the waist long. And then you might close the eyes for this. And then just bring your attention to your breath. So breathing in and out. A few more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. This time, breathing in halfway to prepare and begin. Keep going at about this pace of my snap. Stay with it. Keep exhaling. The inhale will come on its own. Exhale, 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 exhale. Begin to slow it down. And then breathe in. Take a big breath. Hold it at the top. Breathe out. Hands can rest on the tops of the legs. Palms face up. Take a regular breath in. And out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flutter the eyes open. How did it go? I know, the first couple times it kind of takes a minute to like feel the belly snapping in and getting the right rhythm with your breath. This time, evaluate how that went, and we're going to do another round. Maybe you take it slower. Maybe it's more of a instead of the faster, and maybe you gain a little speed as you go. This practice doesn't have to be super fast exhale every time, but it's something to kind of work towards. Ready to try again? Okay, take the arms up and overhead. Same thing, arms are the same. Wiggle the waist long. Take a breath in. Hand out. Breathe in. And out. These are just regular breaths. Breathe in. Not worrying that you'll have enough air, you will. And then breathe in halfway. Begin, exhale, exhale. Try to keep the jaw relaxed. You're not gripping in the teeth. Keep going, slower, faster. Begin to slow it down. And then take a big breath in. Hold it at the top without gripping, just pausing. Exhale, let the hands float down onto the tops of the legs. The palms can face up. Keep the eyes closed here. Begin resuming regular breath. And just notice the effects of the body. Allowing yourself just a few more moments here to see how you feel. Have you cleared out any excess clutter in the mind? Did you build any heat doing this? Did you get snot all over your shirt? Maybe it totally happens. When you do this practice, one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, have a Kleenex or two nearby. I've definitely snotted on my yoga mat in class, in public. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's just our body. thank you for joining. Thank you for coming along on this ride. I know this practice is a little bit different, but take with you the feeling that you have after this video. Come back to this and practice with me again. And hopefully the next time you're in a yoga class, if you're heading to the studio, when the teacher calls this out, it will feel much more comfortable and you can continue to feel and experience the benefits that it has to offer. Can't wait to see you next time. Let me know how it goes in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. See you soon. Thanks, yogis.